everyone. Welcome to the Polycisters Club. I am Ishi Perez and I created this safe, supportive community for women diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome. So, when I broke out like crazy a few years ago, I gained a tremendous amount of weight. I reached 90 kilograms. I tried a lot of different diets: vegan, keto, juice cleanses, paleo, pescatarian, you name it. I tried everything. I also spent money on a lot of fat burners, weight loss supplements, shakes, coffee, pills that make you poop, only to lose weight, reach a plateau, and gain the weight back so fast that I had to repeat the same process all over again. When that didn't work, I restricted my calories to 1,200 calories a day and still gained weight. So now that we are going through the second week of the Femin Flow Get Started Challenge inside the Polycisters Club, we are doing a live Q&A today to clear the air around the proper nutrition for women with PCOS. So today we are going to be joined by a very good friend, Dr. Crisanta Isabel Hermosa Lariola today, okay? So she has been practicing as a licensed physician and managing her own clinics for almost 10 years. She believes that nothing feels much better than being in your optimal health, and real beauty will shine from within and will radiate its own natural glow if we have a healthy body, mind, and spirit. She graduated from the University of Santo Tomas and initially specialized in clinical and aesthetic dermatology under MSHTF and National Skin Center Singapore. She has a passion for growth and continuous learning and completed several medical and non-medical trainings in the Philippines and abroad. She is also a certified eyebrow microblading and permanent makeup artist, certified Kundalini yoga practitioner, certified wild fit coach, certified child nutritionist, and currently studying food psychology, culinary medicine, lifestyle medicine, life coaching, CBT, NLP, and hypnotherapy. She has established a legacy to provide revolutionary and cost effective dermatology and anti aging treatments and products to improve appearance and boost self confidence. Together with her husband, they founded Skin Philosophy MD Dermatology Clinic, which is located in Ayala Mall, Subic Bay, Freeport Zone. SPMD is a multi awarded brand in Zambales and has been known to provide long lasting and cost effective skincare and aesthetic treatments aside from its exemplary customer service. They are dedicated to educating, training, and providing skills for their staff to provide the best service and create a happy working environment. Skin Philosophy MD is the pioneer clinic in the Philippines to offer and pivot their services and operations this pandemic to online proven and effective transformative programs to look and feel younger, and now caters to an international market remotely. She is now holding one-on-one and group online health coaching sessions and is now going beyond treating superficial beauty and provides long-term lifestyle solutions to improve the overall appearance and overall wellness in the most natural and safest way. And that is through WildFit. The WildFit 90-day program already has thousands of positive health transformations around the world. So, guys, I am really excited to welcome everyone and to welcome Dr. Santa. Hi,
Hello.
Doc.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Poly Sisters. So
Hi,
thank you,
everyone.
Ethan, for inviting me here to be able to help your Poly Sisters Club with their
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc, for answering the call to help us. Because, um, when I was in the health and fitness, I was going through the journey, right? Um, there are trainers out there who would always tell me that, okay, if you want to lose weight, you have to eat broccoli and bland chicken all day, work out twice a day for an hour each. And, I tried that because I trusted these professionals. I felt that they were trained to say that. But then I really gained weight. So I reached 90 kilograms. So with women with PCOS, it's a different kind of thing, and we cannot restrict ourselves. So tell us more about that, Doc. So how important is nutrition in overall health, especially for women with PCOS?
So I believe, Ishi, that I believe in the 80-20, 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. So it's really very important because I believe that we are what we eat.
Yeah.
And but when we talk about overall health, so we have to consider having healthy mind, healthy body and spirit. So not just the nutrition. And we always forget kasi the mind. So even if we eat nutritiously, if our mindset is wrong, you still cannot heal your body. So it has to be balanced. So the mind, the nutrition, the body. So that's the 80% nutrition and 20% exercise and the spirit. So it's an overall health journey.
So I really love that, Doc, because in the Polycisters Club, we always talk about like to heal PCOS, at least to improve the symptoms of PCOS, we have to have a systems based approach. So it's not just nutrition, it's not just movement, it's not just the mindset. It's really, it has to come together. You have to integrate all these things so that in a few months or maybe longer, you will really heal from it. So I love that holistic approach that you are doing for your clients as well. So I just want to say hi to everyone who commented. So hi hi Jillian. So she says good morning everyone. So
Good morning.
Jillian Doc is one of my challengers in the Polycisters Club. So she's really doing good. We're on day 6, and she's posting her food and her workout. So I'm really proud of her. So there are also other people who says good morning, and another one. So hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in early morning ng Saturday. So Doc, let's dive in. Um, there are a lot of conflicting ideas out there, right? But I would love to ask about this because I feel that some of the polycisters are also confused with all these conflicting information out there. So, and I'm also trying to um, navigate a way for them to really take them out one by one, which is, of course, it can be hard because in my experience, it was hard, especially, of course, number one, sugar. So, Doc, is sugar really bad for PCOS?
Okay. So for sugar, not only for PCOS, but refined sugar is really bad for our health because it triggers inflammation. And when there's inflammation, so insulin can't go inside the cells. So if we go back to how sugar is being metabolized by our body when we eat sugar, so this is not only for PCOS patients. So when we eat sugar, the pancreas will release more insulin. So sugar will tell the body, hey, we have visitors, my sugar. And that insulin, so that insulin surges from the pancreas. And that's the key to open up the cells so that the sugar can go inside. And once inside, it will be used for energy. But if there's excess sugar, yeah. So if there's excess sugar, it will turn into fat. If
Mm.
this usually happens, if you are continuously eating a lot of sugar in your diet, then there will be more fat storage around the cells. And when the sugar enters again, so insulin can't reach the cells anymore because it's surrounded by fat. So the body will
Oh,
have a harder time to metabolize. So imagine siksikan, it's crowded, it's hot with fat around the cells. And that's the reason why PCOS patients develop slow metabolism because there's a lot of fat around the cells. But our body is very smart, Ishi. When this happens, it knows that there are a lot of sugar around. So we need to let them in. So our pancreas will produce more and more insulin, trying to compensate on the sugars that are not being burned, that are not going inside the cell. So the body is sensing that, hey, there are a lot of sugar visitors around us. We need more keys to open up the cells. So when this frequently happen, the body is now developing insulin resistance because the pancreas is continuously producing insulin, but the body is getting used to it. It's not effective anymore. So there's a lot of sugar, there's a lot of fat storage, and there's a lot of insulin now in the bloodstream. And the body cannot recognize the insulin anymore. It just keeps on storing fat more and more because there's so much sugar around. So that surge in insulin will now trigger the ovaries to produce testosterone. So if it's a continuously ongoing process, so you're now going to produce more testosterone, and that testosterone is now the reason why we have pesky symptoms in
Yes.
PCOS.
Yes,
So you're
Doc. In
like,
my case, it's like that. My testosterone levels are very high. And my blood sugar, my fasting blood sugar, it's actually in the pre-diabetic level. So
ah,
I really had to take sugar out because it's really wreaking havoc in my body. And I like what you said, Doc, about the body is really smart. So it's because these the body when we say that the body is smart. So for example, the body is feeling that you're eating too much, you're not supporting it with a proper lifestyle. So it's going to adjust your hormones so that it can support still your heart, your brain. So it has to support that. And so even with this bad lifestyle, it supports that. But what happens is there's an imbalance of the hormones because it's trying to really support your heart and your brain. So I really love that, Doc, na the choices that we make really will improve the symptoms that we have.
yes. So that's the reason why sugar talaga should be controlled because of the triggering of the testosterone levels. Because naturally, we women should just be testosterone makes us more active.
Yeah.
So that's why it's surging because it tells our body that we need more energy to burn the excess sugar. However, we're storing fat. So it's a cycle going around.
Yeah. So with sugar, Doc, a lot of policymakers are asking, like, can we like have alternatives for sugar? Are there like healthy alternatives? Although I believe that these healthy alternatives have to be limited also because there's still sugar, like honey. What do you think about these products, Doc? Honey, maple, stevia,
Yes.
agave.
Actually, there are healthy forms of sugar. So those are the things that you mentioned: honey, maple syrup, stevia. So those are natural sources, and they are good because the body metabolizes it slowly, unlike the refined sugar. But there's a right timing of eating it. You have to learn how to eat in seasons. So that's the natural way of eating sugar. It shouldn't be continuous.
Yeah. Okay. So really, Doc, no. So if like for example, I love cookies a lot, cookie, cake, pastries, and stuff like that. So when I eat, when I want to eat them, so I buy the ones with the sugar free or like used lang, but not too much of it.
Yes. So for that, you have to be conscious that these alternatives is still tricking your brain. So that's why I mentioned, but the mindset is very important in controlling your cravings, in healing your body. So when you eat these substitutes, it's still like sugar, it's still increasing your cravings. It's still telling you to eat more. It's not affecting your body anymore like refined sugar, but your brain is still being tricked.
Mm.
You still want to eat more.
Oh, okay. So the cravings aren't really turned off. Yung craving natin, lalo na with
Yes.
PCOS women, like there are really cravings for sugar and stuff like that. So it's oh
Yes.
okay. So it really has to be limited or at least taken out of the diet for some time.
Yes. So during healing, you have to really take it out.
Okay, polycisters, did you hear?
But it's not I'm not telling that you should really totally remove it.
Yeah.
So it's just that you have a condition that needs to be treated.
Yes. So Doc, here's Rachel. Hi ladies.
Hi,
Can you say?
Rachel.
Thanks for sharing your knowledge and tips. Would appreciate ways to curb sugar desire daw, Doc.
um Ways to crave. So it really has to start with a strong foundational mindset on how you want to heal your body. So it's not overnight that you're going to control that. It's a process, and that's what I learned in my journey, that even though we know we have a lot of knowledge about the bad stuff, right? So it's really more of getting connected to yourself, to your body, how much you want to heal yourself. So it's
You
a
know, Doc,
process.
yeah, that's what I realized, Doc. You know, because during my journey, I really went to a lot of personal trainers, even abroad, and you know they would just give me a meal plan and then the workouts. But then after about 3 days, you know, I will still eat bad. It's because you didn't bridge the gap between the mindset and you know eating healthy. So there has to be a connection. You have to know how to connect those two things because it's really different for every individual. Kasi we have different motivations, we have different cravings, we have different stressors in our life. So the mindset is really important, and not a lot of people actually, or not a lot of trainers actually bridge that gap.
Yes, that's so true.
So after sugar, Doc, let's talk about dairy. So is dairy bad for PCOS women?
So, dairy, ano ba dairy? So, usually dairy products din kasi have sugar, right?
Yes.
So, but milk itself, so this triggers IGF-1. It's the insulin-like growth factor. So, it's a growth factor. And it's good for babies kasi we want them to grow, we want them fat, right? But milk itself is not good if you're an adult and is struggling with your weight, because the insulin growth factor mimics the insulin, and it's going to end up turning your sugar once again in our bloodstream into more fat. So since it is insulin, so it will again trigger the ovaries to produce more testosterone. So doon ulit tayo sa cycle na yon.
Oh, okay. So, Doc, really, yung pastries, because it has sugar and then it has milk and then it has cream, you know, everything that we're eating in the modern world, you know, it has all of that. And you know, Doc, it really surprises me when I see yung mga cereals and they all have this sugar, and I saw your post about the patis having sugar. It's like everything has sugar in it, and if you're not intuitive about what you put in your body, you're not really going to see these little things that they put in.
Yes, and those are really the things that we consume that we thought there's no sugar in it anymore, but there's still sugar. and it's or harmful. There are still harmful ingredients in those condiments.
So talk with dairy. In my personal experience, I also break out when I eat dairy. So I really had to take the bad these yung dairy, full cream, low fat. So I really had to take them out kasi pag when I drink dairy, I really break out a lot. As in, like, today, I ate a lot of dairy chocolate, ganyan, and with sugar as well. So tomorrow, it's gonna start. And then, for a week, it's gonna start coming out. And then cystic lagi yung acne. So I think with a lot of women inside the Polysisters Club, it's also an experience for them. So it's really important that we have to take dairy out as well.
Yes, and I have a question, Ishi. Is your milk unsweetened?
Before, no, Doc. I love yung Arla. Full
Mm-mm.
cream. Yeah, sobrang tamis na. So
Yeah.
yun.
So usually then dairy products, milk tea are favorite,
Yeah.
right? So it has sugar and milk. So you are triggering a lot of inflammation in your body altogether and storing fat. So
Yeah,
that's
and
the
also yung boba, Doc, di ba? Even
yes.
the boba is also sugar. So there's sugar in
Yes.
the liquid, there's sugar in your
Mm-mm.
boba, and then there's milk pa.
Yeah, so diba, milk teas are very popular now.
Yeah. And Doc, it's
And
addicting.
yes, yes, that's true. So actually, my clinic's position is in front of us. There's a milk tea store that opened, and yes, that's the culprit.
So Polysisters, if you can, please don't drink milk tea anymore, at least if you want to heal, but of course it's a personal decision, right? But if you're really taking the commitment kasi and you want to heal it, so it's best to start really early in your journey so that the problems that we're having with PCOS and all the symptoms that we're having, we can limit them or we can improve them. Okay. So Doc, with dairy, what do you think about the alternatives? So we have the dairy-free ones. So we have the soy, we have almond, we have the nut milks, we have rice milk. What do you think about these alternatives?
For me, the healthiest alternative are nut milks.
Nut
The
milks.
almond, yes, almond. So they say in studies that the best alternative is soy milk. But usually soy itself, soybeans are already mostly are genetically modified. So it's also not good anymore to consume.
Yeah, and Doc, I read about soy having a lot of phytoestrogens. Like,
Yeah, oh yes, for PCOS patients, so you are triggering more estrogen, so the estrogen will turn into more testosterone, so that will again stimulate your cycle of producing more testosterone and producing more insulin resistance, storing fat. Yeah. So the
so
soy products can trigger that too. So usually, 'di ba, parang we go plant-based.
yeah, yes,
So
Doc.
and soy-based meals are usually the alternatives for meat. So I don't believe in that because of the soy content. Like it's
Yeah.
not healthy anymore to consume the soybeans now.
Yeah, actually, Doc, yung how we plant the soy, it's really also doing something for the environment. It's also wreaking, like, it's also destroying the environment, people say. So it's also like yung cattle. So
Yeah,
it's yeah. So it's also not a very
that's
healthy
another
alternative.
discussion.
Yeah. So,
Mm-mm.
Doc, because of that soy, and you talked about the plant-based, diet. I tried vegan diet before. So because I felt that it was really gonna help me, and I think I did it wrong. I think I ate a lot of processed vegan food. So we have the sausages, we have the gluten, the meat, and then so it was really hard for me to take that all out because I really felt, there was a belief in me that when I'm vegan, I'm really doing something for the environment, for the animals, for myself, and I really think that it would have helped me. But then, why is gluten bad for women with PCOS?
Okay, so let's start first. Gluten is a protein found in grains. So grains that include soybeans, wheat, barley, rice, and because most crops now are, as I've mentioned, mostly are genetically modified, so they put a lot of pesticides too in our food that mimics the estrogen. So that's one problem for especially for PCOS patients. So it causes so much inflammation to our bodies because these products usually are already genetically modified.
Mm,
So it can cause more imbalance in the hormones. So that's why you need to choose organic.
okay,
Yan. So most bodies now are already becoming gluten intolerant. Di ba dati wala namang ganon?
yes, doc. Yung before celiac disease, ano lang talaga siya. It's not very it's we're not familiar with it because not a lot of people have it. So right now we have this gluten problem because of modern lifestyle.
Yes. So before we don't have those conditions. So even though you can be gluten intolerant, but you don't have celiac disease. When you say celiac disease, kasi it's already an autoimmune condition that you really have nutritional deficiencies already. But you can still develop gluten intolerance because of the chemicals that they put in these products, and it can cause digestive symptoms already when we eat it. But there's also something about PCOS patients that we need to consider. There's this protein zonulin. So they
Mm-hmm.
found out that PCOS patients have increased zonulin, and that zonulin is being triggered by consuming gluten. So it's the protein that is responsible for the tight junctions of the cells. So supposedly our cells are intact,
Yeah.
but if you have more zonulin, so it loosens up so that bad bacteria, the gluten will pass through, and that causes more stress when it gets inside, and eventually more inflammation, and then again it's the cycle of inflammation and again. And if continuously you're going to eat that and to continuously stimulate your zonulin by eating a lot of gluten products, so that can cause the leaky gut.
Really good.
So
Yeah.
most PCOS patients then also present with leaky gut symptoms.
Yes,
So
doc. So
that's the
so with
usual
the
problem.
so with the leaky gut, this is where the acne also comes from, no? And
Again,
all these other, yeah, all these other symptoms, even the hair growth, doc.
mm-mm.
So all of these foods that we usually eat because they're very addictive, I once read a book that they call it blissy foods because it makes you happy, but then it's not really it doesn't have the proper nutrition, or it doesn't have the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins that can really nourish your body, so you're eating like empty calories.
Yes.
So talk with the gluten. What recommendations do you have for women with PCOS or even people who want to take gluten out in their diet?
So you have to increase your fiber intake. So fiber that contains increase in fruits and vegetables. And for the gluten, not everyone are gluten intolerant. It's not really 100% that you really need to take it out. We all have our individual bodies. So you
Yeah.
have to check then in yourself if you are reacting to gluten, if it is bad for you.
Mm.
So it also doesn't mean that if it's bad now, forever you cannot eat
Eat.
gluten anymore, that you cannot have those food. So you have to feel what's going on with your body. That's what you
Mhm.
need to notice. It's just that most gluten products kasi nga, most of these products are genetically modified. So that's what we don't want about it. But
Mhm.
you can still consume rice, right? You can still consume brown rice if you are not reacting to it. So for alternatives, you have to increase your fiber, fruits and vegetables.
Okay. So, Doc, it's really about being intuitive with your body, no? So, Doc, for example, for a beginner, it's hard for a beginner to really take them out one by one. So, for example, I take out the dairy and I feel that it really helped me with my acne. So it's really have I really have to continue that, no, and then add another food group after about 2 weeks or 3 weeks so that I can really see results. What is happening, Doc, when for example um my body hasn't healed yet or my gut health isn't really healthy pa, but I took out dairy for a while and then I started eating it again. So does that, when I eat it again, does that make my symptoms worse than before?
Um, it depends. It's nice that you already remove it from your body, but your body, I don't know how your body is reacting and will react when you do that. But if you're already seeing improvement in your body when you took it out, and then when you reintroduce it again, so it means that your body is again going to detox. So, and also the quality of what you consume would always be different, right? So what you consume before is different from what you consume now. So it's hard to say that it's damaging your body now. But when you keep on doing that, you're just in a cycle. So it means that if you already saw that it's not good for
Working.
you, right? So it's not working for you. So why are you still going around on that habit? Why are you still doing it?
Yeah. So it's really still important with the mindset again because
Yeah.
knowing what your body needs, right? And you're seeing it. Because sometimes, Doc, with in my personal experience, sometimes I see that, for example, 2 weeks, okay, no dairy and stuff, and then sometimes there's something in me that, okay, I'm okay. I've been good. I've been a good girl these past 2 weeks. Okay, I will just eat this. And then it's gonna be a binge. So sometimes there's a cycle rin talaga. So it's really important then with the mindset that, okay, you can consume but don't overindulge on it. So that you
Yes,
can see also, di ba, kasi it's gonna be a cycle really.
yes. And that was my struggle too before. So, alam mo yon na it's really hard, it's really very difficult to control that behavior.
Just it's very true.
So,
Are
if
there are there polysisters out there who are having a hard time, you know, you're getting rid of dairy and then you're gonna come back to it. It's a cycle. So is that a problem for you guys? Comment down below. So Doc, what do you suggest is the best habit to start when you wanna fix your relationship with food?
Okay. First thing that you need to do first is acknowledge. Acknowledge that you need healing, because you cannot fix something that you think is not broken. And I see this in a lot of my patients or a lot of people, because sometimes there are a lot of resistance going on, na I think it's the reason why they can't heal that, kasi they cannot acknowledge that there's something wrong, that there's something to be healed. So some people would say I'm already eating healthy, diba? Na people say I'm already vegan. I'm
Yeah.
okay. I'm doing things right, right? So I already did this and that. I'm okay. So I say this because that person used to be me. So when I had my own weight problems, I was telling myself, kaya ko to. Hello, I have slimming machines. We have been providing slimming and nutritional programs long before. And I'm a doctor. I know all of this. I know all of that. I count my calories. I prescribe diets. So, nag-culinary med ako, alam ko yan. We're doing intermittent fasting. Ano pa, di ba? Ganado ako mag-exercise. I have the best doctors. No, di ba? Na I have my best OB-GYN. I have, by the way, my OB-GYN is the legend in UST. Hi, Dr. Regamila. Yun, so, alam mo yun, there's so much resistance. But if you, if, when I learned to acknowledge it, that kung if I already know everything, 'di ba? Why is it not showing up now? Why am I still overweight? Why is
Yeah.
my menstruation still irregular? Why do I still suffer from acne? 'Di ba? So, and that is the gap that I think we need to address first.
Yeah.
So for me, I know what to do, but I'm not doing it. So that's how I got into food psychology and behavioral change, because for me, that's the gap, that's the part that I think I need to be working on.
Yes, Doc. It's really the mindset because, I think, Doc, a lot of us know that we have to limit our processed food, our McDo, the BTS meals that people are consuming nowadays, right? Because, BTS, I like BTS as well. So, um, we know that, like, at the back of our minds, yeah, we know what we need to limit. We need to eat more veggies, we need to eat more fruits, we need to increase our fiber intake and all that. We need to heal our gut health. But we know that, but theory, knowing something, is different from taking action. So, and it's really hard to depend on motivation only to act. So it really takes, what we said earlier, it's really holistic. So you have to really heal the mindset, because you have to know that even if you want to heal yourself, you have to believe that you are worth it, right?
Yes.
You have to have the identity based habits, right? So right now, okay, this is me. I'm Ishi. I eat dairy. I eat ganito. And then, but after that, when you really shift your mindset that, okay, I'm Ishi. What do I want in the future? I want that if I look back into my life, I know that I'm healthy. And when I reach 50, I can still do a lot of things. I can still carry my grandchildren in the future, right? So if this is the goal, you really have to start now. And if that is the identity that you want in the future, you have to do all the things that, what is that identity doing, right? What is that your future self, you achieve that because of the processes that you've made along the journey. So it's really important to have that connection with the person that you want to be, the person that you're envisioning yourself to be. So it's really action and also believing that
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. The mind work really is very important. the mindset.
Yes. So Rach here. Oh, let's see the comments. So you cannot fix if you don't acknowledge something is broken. Yes, I love that, Doc. I love what you said about that as well. And then she also said, for me, problem with soda. When I detox, do no soda, I can do it for months. But somehow when I have it again, I end up craving it. So it's really the sugar, no, Doc?
Yes, because that's what our body is telling us when we eat sugar. So there's always dopamine rush. So
Yeah.
that's the reward system of our body. So our brain is continuously going to look for that dopamine. And we get that from the soda. So it's still going to be a cycle. So when there's already no more sugar, no more soda, later on your brain will still start looking for that.
For another hit, right? So it's like drugs. Doc, people say that sugar is actually worse than,
Yes, it's
cocaine or
times worse
yeah,
than coke.
because it's legal and it's making us sick. It's making the society sick.
Yes,
So yeah, and it, of course, we all know that if the society is sick, some people are earning money from that. So it's
yes,
like this thing that you're doing with your coaching and stuff, and informing people, it's actually giving them a choice. It's actually okay, you can do something about it, and that's what I like about it, that you're giving people freedom, right? That's what Eric wanted also for Wild Fit, giving people freedom, that you have a choice. So we also have another comment. True, we already know it's not good for our body, and why are we still doing it? So it's really the mindset, like we said earlier. You have to really have the connection with who you want to be, right? Do you want to be a healthy athlete, or what do a healthy athlete do, right? Do you want to be a person who is in charge of your own health? So what does a person who is in charge of their own health are doing?
yes.
So it's
And it's
really
a
about,
process.
yeah,
It's a
it's a process.
process. It's a personal development journey. How you want to transform your overall health. And again, when you say overall health, it means healthy mind, body, and spirit. So don't forget about the holistic approach of it, not just the body.
Yes. So because when we always just depend on the body, it's only about the motivation, and sometimes motivation isn't really there. Sometimes we're not really motivated to work out, to eat healthy. So it's gonna be how you're gonna have to do it differently. Okay. So Badette is here. Hi, Badette. So, oh my, I can relate to my brain looking for sugar in my coffee. I used to have black coffee, but during the pandemic, sugar in my coffee gave me the comfort. Now I want it out, but I keep on going back.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to do, yeah, right now I do black coffee still, but sometimes, I still put for some taste, not milk na unsweetened, but it really does something. It because you're not just drinking the black coffee, so you might try that. Um, yeah, I do that. I also put spices pala on my coffee because I
Cinnamon,
like, yeah, cinnamon and nutmeg, because I
nutmeg.
like yeah. Doc, when we eat, sometimes we don't really need the sugar, we don't really need the salt a lot, because you have the spices, right? And they're not high in calories, but they can really make your food flavorful. So that's what I
Yes.
like about spices.
Yes. So remember too that here in the Philippines we are very abundant of it. We have a lot of spices. And if we go back to our history, that's what they are fighting for. Diba?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
spices. It's all about the spices because we have a lot of it. And they're
Yes.
happy. They're just having sugar.
Yes, so but that you can try that nutmeg and cinnamon. I put it on my coffee with a little bit or a splash of non-dairy milk. So that you may try that. And then there's another comment. Is it okay to compensate your sugar cravings by pumping up your fruit intake, or are there any particular fruits that we should be avoiding?
Okay. So for fruits, so you have it's okay. Because yes, it has sugar, but the sugar there is a healthy form of sugar because it is being metabolized slowly. It's not producing the sugar rush. So sugar, one fruit is already enough for your entire day.
Mm-hmm.
And if there are particular fruits that we should be avoiding, GMO fruits. So you have to always consider eating organic, and actually fruits are okay, but you have to learn how to eat it in seasons. So you have to follow the nature, what's available. And here in
Yeah.
the Philippines, we are very lucky because we are in a tropical country and fruits are readily available. So, and it's hot. So it's okay because we can burn that sugar even if we consume it more.
Yes. So I like that, Doc, yung sinasabi mo na in season, right? And organic. So because these foods, you can find that in your market sa palengke. So it
Mm.
doesn't have to be expensive. And I am going to be very honest with you guys. I really thought before that being healthy has to be expensive, but it's not. It's really not. So Doc Santa is talking about seasonal, and you can all find this in your palengke. Here in Alaminos, we are almost, I think, in the season of lanzones and rambutan.
Mm.
So that's a really good food. So Doc, there's another question. How about sugar substitutes like erythritol?
Okay. Erythritol is okay because it's a natural source. But again, so that sugar, that sweet taste will still trigger your cravings. It will still trigger your dopamine, and that might you have to be careful in consuming those sweet stuff because it can trigger your cravings, and it will tell your body to eat more, to look for more food. So
Mm.
you have to be really mindful of when you consume those alternatives.
So Doc,
But
it's
okay.
yeah. I also experienced that when I had I thought that I was eating pretty healthy, and then I'm still substituting the sugar, no. But then when I do eat the sugar, even if it's a good substitute, I still get the midnight cravings, and it's really hard to say no to that. So I still eat in the evening or it's a midnight. So it really does something to the brain.
Yes, that's
So
why having the strong foundation of mindset is very important.
So, Doc, last question, because we only have an hour. Really, Doc, we're really grateful for you. Thank you for sharing here. But last question, right? So, when I was starting out, I really felt that I had to restrict my calories. So I ate 1,200 calories. And we were talking also about a certain person now who is famous who's doing 800 calories. So why is that bad for everyone, especially women with PCOS?
Okay, when you deprive yourself with food that you're not used to of having that kind of calories, you're stressing yourself. So stress will can trigger inflammation. And again, if there's inflammation, so that's again the cycle of increasing your insulin, right? And aside from that, so I believe in consuming quality food. So even if you I don't believe in calorie counting anymore. I used to do that in my clinic. We used to prescribe those kind of diets, but it didn't work. It didn't work. It only worked for a short time. And I've been seeing that in my patients. And when you do that, you'll just yo-yo diet. So they might lose weight when you do that, but your body will be nutritionally deprived. So you can eat more calories. So for PCOS, high fat diet, low carbs. So you can exceed the calories if you're eating the right quality of food. So for
And
you not to stress your body. Kasi nga, if you get hungry, you're still going to be stressed about it. And you'll really look for more sugar or more food eventually.
yes. And I like that though kasi these restrictive diets, because people are losing weight, they're losing weight, losing muscle as well. So it also triggers inflammation because of the stress. And I think it's really dangerous for kids, for teenagers who are really going through that process of feeling that they had to lose weight so that the society will accept them. So it's really dangerous to put these diets out there that are very restrictive, all these juice cleanses and all these really restrictive diets. So I'm really happy that you're sharing that it's really okay to eat more, as long as they are nutritious, as long as they are full of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and they will nourish you. And I think, Doc, that it also helps with the cravings, right? When you eat more foods that will nourish your body, because it also fills your cravings and stuff. And when we are craving for sugar and stuff like that, we are really craving now for vitamins and minerals. And because we are eating empty calories, we're not fulfilling that. And that's why we eat more of that, because we're really only after the nutritional value of the foods. So it's really your body also uh, knowing what's good for you. It's just that it's a we see it differently.
Because we were not taught what to eat right. We don't know anymore what's good for our body. So that's the process and the mindset that we teach in my program. So how to get in tune with your proper mindset, how to have that foundational skills, how you're going to talk to your body so that you'll know what it needs. Because we all have our individual nutritional needs.
So, Doc, as we are ending, I just want to ask, how do we find you? Where do we find you so that I can put it up in the banner here?
Mm. Oh, so you can add me in Facebook, Santa Lauriola, and our Facebook page is Maharlika Lifestyle. So I'll also be having. You can also go to our website. You can schedule a free discovery call with me. You can go to maharlikalifestyle.com and book a consultation to learn more about the programs that we have, and if it is for you, if we are aligned, if we can do it. Yeah, so we can
So,
go there.
that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We are really grateful for you, Dr. Santa, for really doing this for us so that we can get rid and we can clear the air. What is the proper nutrition for women with PCOS? So, Polysisters, inside our group, the Polysisters Club, we are doing a challenge. So, we are already on day 6. So, if you guys are willing to join, you can still join the challenge. Just comment on our group, and there you can join us with that. So you can visit okay, Dr. Santa's website. So that's maharlikalifestyle.com. There. Okay, so you can visit the website and talk to Dr. Santa. She gives a free discovery call. So there. all thanking you, Doc. So, hello, guys. I can't see your names, but maybe later. So, okay, thank you, Ishi and Doc. Thank you so much, Doc. Okay, so thank you, guys, and I hope you really learned a lot, and really do some of the things that Dr. Santa said here, substitutes, and what you can do with your nutrition, because nutrition plays a very important role in the processes that we can do to manage our PCOS symptoms. So there, and I'm really grateful for everyone. Thank you, Doc Santa. Thank you for the call. And I'll see you guys inside
Yeah.
the group. Thank you, Doc.